So, let me be specific. My plan comes down to three main goals. First, we're going to start rating colleges, not just by which college is the most selective, not just by which college is the most expensive, not just by which college has the nicest facilities. You know, you can get all that in the existing rating systems. What we want to do is rate them on who's offering the best value so students and taxpayers get a bigger bang for their buck.
$143,000 when I graduate this spring. It's an extraordinary number. That's why I decided that it was time to get on board and start doing something about this. So here's why we have the student debt crisis. Since starting in the late 70s, but really kicking into full gear in 1998, Congress has stripped away every basic consumer protection for student loans. It is the only kind of loan in our nation's history to be excluded from our bankruptcy protections. Congress actually preempted state law and said there are no statutes of limitation. You can go after the student for the rest of their life. So all of these consumer protections have been taken away from people who take out a student loan, and this has created a predatory lending environment because Congress has all this money that they're willing to lend out to the students, and this forces the colleges to, it doesn't force them, it induces them, I should say, to raise their prices because they can, because there's all this money out there, but the students are going to be on the hook for it the rest of their lives. This is really a textbook example of a predatory lending system, and that's why you've seen prices rise at 2 and 3 times the rate of inflation over the past few decades. So we really have to do something about federal law.
When my grandfather was in school, he was able to work full-time and pay for his college tuition. And I just think that it's really unreasonable that students can't do that now. I had a friend who unfortunately couldn't come back this year, but he worked full-time while he was here at school, and he just financially couldn't come back. So my colleague Tony, his approach is to simply ask to lower interest rates and tuition. And I agree that they should be lowered, but before we lower them, or we ask to lower them, I think we really need to evaluate why it's so high. Why does tuition cost so much for us right now? And I think that once we do that, if there is a reasonable reason as to why it is so high, then we can come back and say, okay. I don't think that that's true though.